All right, I need you to put my tape back at some point, okay? Put it back up. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Let's dig right into it. Not a bunch of intro stuff today. So I'm actually just gonna dig right into the tackle locker here. Show you three top waters that I throw all the time in the summertime. I actually got one of them tied on right now. I know it's been like a weird spring. Let me get a little closer so y'all can hear me. I know it's been like a weird spring, so a lot of our fish are still spawning. So when I say summertime, I know where you live, it might not be summertime, but that is pretty much just relative to wherever you live. For some of you guys, it's gonna be July, August. For some of us, we're already in summertime patterns. But when I mean summer, it's just your fish are finished spawning. They've started to make it to their summertime haunts or wherever they live in the summertime. These are the three top waters I think you're gonna have success with. You can see, I actually have one of them tied on right here. None of this stuff is like super complicated or serious. Like none of this stuff is stuff that you maybe haven't seen before. But keep in mind, some people haven't really been fishing that long, so I'm just trying to break it down as simple as possible. So number one of the baits that I like to use summertime is some type of, holy smoke, I'm breaking rods. Bruce, please put my rod down, thank you. Thank you. You want your rod? Anyway, one of the baits that I like to use a lot summertime, walking style topwaters like this one. This is a, get back Brooks, don't knock my camera over please. One of the baits I like to use in the summertime, obviously being where I'm from, a big walking style topwater, just like this one, works really good. This is actually just a Strike King Sexy Dog. Bone white. I've got, let me see. Watch out, Brooks. I'm gonna go in here. In my tackle locker, I actually have, watch out, babe. I actually have quite a few of these style top waters because I use them all the time. It's just, the thing about a walking style top water is they make a lot of noise and they're big, robust, they splash a lot of water. Most of the time in the summertime, fish will hit like bigger baits. This is the time of year where you can use bigger baits and get away with it. This is basically my summertime. And I know you're probably thinking, well, summertime topwater, well, aren't you always gonna be throwing topwaters when it's warm? Yeah, topwater. But I throw topwaters in the springtime where it's not quite as warm too. Yeah, stay right there, because you're gonna knock my thing over. So, this is some of the other ones that I like to throw. This is a Berkeley Cane Walker. Some of the baits that I like to throw, like during, I guess you would call it herring spawn, early spring. Yeah, it's blue. But this is something I used earlier on in the year. You can see there's like a bunch of different shapes and sizes that I have. They're all walking style baits, but this is the one that started it all in the Carolinas, was this guy right here. The old Sammy 100. That's the one that kind of changed the game back in the day, was this one right here. But these are baits that you can catch fish on in the summertime. So we used to, like my thought process with walking style topwaters for summertime fishing used to always be like an offshore application. But I've got to where I use these baits all the time now fishing shallow, because a lot of times people are throwing smaller topwaters that we're going to talk about here later, like a frog, or they're throwing poppers a lot more when you're talking about fishing shallow. But you'd be surprised when you start throwing a big honking topwater like that in shallow water, the bites you'll get, because they don't see that very often. They don't see a big loud, you know, it's just a, they don't see that very often shallow. So you can throw that shallow and get bites that you normally wouldn't get on a frog, on a popper, or a buzz bait. I'll throw that the same places that people will throw buzz baits and stuff. Okay. What are you telling me to move, man? You in my boat? Hey, you in my boat telling me to move? He's in my boat. But anyway, they come in a lot of different shapes, sizes, colors. Hey, just stay in your shaddy stuff, man. Whites. Throw the bone whites. For some reason, I throw a bone white when I'm fishing like the bank. And then when I'm fishing offshore stuff, when I know they're feeding on shad, I go to like the more elaborate color patterns. This IU color, throw stuff like that. Anything translucent. But you want to have that bait tied on at some point during the summertime. It's a good bait for summertime topwater fishing. Oh, I can stay right in the same box. I don't even have to move on. The second style topwater bait that I like to use is a popper. I know you've seen a popper before. If you've been watching, I do a series for Catchco called Freshwaters, and we did, huh? Just put my glasses down. This boy is wow. Anyway, I do a series for Catchco on the Catchco YouTube channel. You should go check it out. It's called Freshwaters, and this exact bait right here, let me get in focus. Yeah, this exact bait right here, we probably caught 25 pounds on it, a blooper, earlier this year. This is just a popper. It's got a little bit of a rattle in it, but a popper. Yeah, we're gonna go fast. But the popper, that'll catch a lot of fish for you. The thing that you want to watch on a popper that I always struggle with this bait is the line setup with a popper. I don't really like to throw a popper on straight mono, but a lot of times I do. And with braid, I'm not really happy with it with braid either. I didn't mention this. With the walking style topwater, you can see I got a straight braid, 30-pound test braid, 7.3 heavy action rod. With the popper, I usually use a pretty much smaller, like a 6'10", 6'6", if I can find one, usually no bigger than 7 foot. You tend to overwork the bait if you got much bigger than that. But I haven't found a line setup that I'm really super satisfied with. I don't really like throwing it on straight mono because when I set the hook, especially on a long cast, it usually doesn't work out that great. And then when I use braid, or braid to mono, or braid to fluoro, it's better than straight mono, but it does make the bait act differently in the water. So I don't have a good solution for you when it comes to a line setup. I'm sure you guys will probably learn, everyone in the comment section, and feel free to do that if you got something that you like really well. As far as I know, those are your only two options: braid to fluoro. You can use you'd be surprised, you can use a little piece of fluoro and it'll still float on a braid to fluoro setup. But I don't like the straight up mono setup. Dude, this is old school. This is nothing new. It works great. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. You can make the blooper. You can actually make it walk the dog. You can make it do the Stevie Wonder. You can make it do exactly. Can you get back, please? You can make it walk the dog. You can make it do exactly what is the namesake, bloop, bloop, bloop. Which is probably my favorite way to fish it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. You think that's funny? Yeah. He thinks that's funny. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And I'll insert a little clip of me and Beulah fishing this bait at Headwaters. But it catches big ones, especially in the summertime. You can keep it in place long. That's why, like if you find a little pocket of shade beside a dock or something, you can throw it by that little piece of shade. Bloop, 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 bloop. Keep it in space, aggravate a fish, make them come out and get it. Huh? We got 2 of the 3 knocked out. We got the blooper. We got walking style topwater. Any of the walking baits are good. Some of them you can work faster than others without them going subsurface. And then I got one more in here. Oh, this one's gonna square off. Oh, let me tell you. Before, I wanna get in your face and talk about this one. So the next one is like a plopper style bait. Is one that I've grown to really like. It's a plopper. I got on that train late. I'm always on something new and everybody's on it. Like it takes me a year or so before I actually believe in it because there's just so many gimmicks that come around, right? Plopper style bait. And the one we're gonna talk about, well, we're gonna talk about all plopper style baits, but I've been throwing this one this spring and going into the summer. This is a new Guggen revolver. And listen, we're gonna talk about, listen, I'm gonna put this down because I need both of my hands to talk about this. So obviously, this bait was pretty much based off of the plopper. This is the plopper. Topwater, yes. And this is the Guggen revolver. Obviously, you see the difference is the revolver has the blade up front. And so, yeah, it was based off of it. A lot of people, every time I bring up the revolver, everybody's like, Guggen's knocking off everybody. You can't try it right now, we're in the shop. Everybody's like, the Guggen, they knocked off the Whopper Plopper. Bro, like, okay. I never hear y'all fuss when another company knocks off the rattle trap. So, like, bro, grow up. Anyway, back to it. It's a great summertime Topwater. That's what we're talking about. I just had to go on that rant a little bit. Yes, it's based off the plopper. And it's okay. There's no rules against that. You can do that. Just like everybody knocked off the Lucky Craft 1.5. It's the same thing. So, anyway, the plopper bait. The reason I like ploppers is I can cover water. I can cover water like super fast. I only have a couple colors. I really don't have, so I got a 90. This is the original plopper right here. You see it? This is a 90. I keep all three sizes in the boat. A 90 just like this one. This the revolver, I'm not sure what they call this size, but I would guess they call it like a 100, 120, 130. I don't know. But it's like a middle size. You got a middle one like this, and you got the big one. This is the 130. This is the 130. Okay. So if you compare, so they must call this like a 100 or 110. The 110 is probably my favorite that I use all the time. But you can see it is a little bit smaller than a plopper. I'll throw it in translucent colors like what you see here. Straight up braid, change the hooks out on them. You throw it down the bank and you put it in gear and go. It's just fun bait to fish. The most explosive bites that you will get on any topwater comes on these plopper style baits. I don't know what it is about a plopper style bait, but dude, they cannot stand them things. It makes them, it just breaks their achy breaky heart. All right, so try those three topwaters. Brooks, you ready to go? Ready to go? Ready to go? All right, try those three topwaters when you're out fishing this summer. I don't care if you're fishing in a pond, a river, lake, whatever. There actually is a couple topwaters that I like, especially for like river situations where the fish are a little smaller. Maybe we'll talk about that one day. If you'd like to hear something about like small water topwaters, put me a comment in the comment section. Let me know that. Yes, dude wants his own YouTube channel. He's been talking the whole time during this video.